Hey everybody, it is halftime. Ryan, by the way, will join us on the post-game show tonight, 68-53. Good to have you with us. Hope you had a good Christmas. Always good to be with Jerry. Jerry, I got to tell you, to me, the best part of that first half for Sacramento was the bench. The bench scored 28 points, and really everyone other than De'Aaron Fox that was on the floor played well for Sacramento in that first half.
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, the bench, Trey Lyles in particular, obviously was really the big difference. And I think the bench, as you pointed out, I mean, they've created the margin. So, yeah, the ball's moving nice. Obviously, DeRozan, you knew he'd have a bounce back game, which he's had. And then I thought Keegan Murray was outstanding as well.
Yeah, no Domantas Sabonis. He's ill. He did not was not able to go. There was a game time decision. What do you think's going on with Fox? I mean, we've heard all the distractions. Is he going to be traded? Is he going to stay? There's a lot of stuff circulating around him. I mean, he didn't do anything in that first half.
No, he really didn't. Obviously they're giving a lot of attention defensively to him, but certainly was not productive at all. Fortunately, he was able to find some guys who were. But yeah, it does look like maybe his focus isn't as zoned in as it should be. Obviously, with all the different stuff out there, who knows what's true and what's not.
Seems like with Detroit, I mean, as Cade Cunningham goes, they go. He's a hell of a young player, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is. I mean, he's he probably the one thing he doesn't have is great quickness, but he has size and strength for the position, and he's improved a lot with his 3-point shot. When he came in the league as a rookie, he was the number 1 pick in the draft, and just couldn't really shoot the ball deep at all. But you can see he's worked on that, and they've got some nice young pieces, but they're probably a couple pieces away too. Yeah.
The Kings, they have put themselves in a big hole on this homestand, and this is their last chance to salvage a game on this 5-game homestand. So it goes without saying, especially being up by the score of 68-53, a loss tonight would be an absolute disaster. I mean, there's no other way to say it. It would be disastrous if they can't hold on to this lead.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Detroit's much improved from last year, but truthfully, I mean, they're a team the Kings should beat in Detroit, much less here. Now, obviously, not having Sabonis, you miss, but then again, fortunately, Detroit really they don't have a lot of an inside presence themselves.
No.
So it's really more of an up and down guard wing game. And the Kings really, I think have more talent at those positions.
What impressed you the most about Keegan Murray in that first half?
Boy, his aggressiveness. I mean, he had a couple of grown men dunks there, just going right into the teeth of the crowd, and that's what you love to see. And I thought he really pulled the trigger quick on one of his three out there. So, the guy's got too much talent to play offensively the way he's been playing. I think he'll bust out of it. I mean, certainly think he gives you good effort defensively every night, one of the very best. But, when he's playing offense like this, then you see the potential he has.
Is it a little odd when you look at the rotation? Mike Brown going deep tonight with 10 guys without Sabonis, but, Keon Ellis played less minutes than Colby Jones.
I'll never figure this one out, or basically where he plays less minutes than Doug McDermott some nights or whatever. So I really don't quite understand, Coach, because I mean, if you're going to preach defense all the time and not play one of your best defenders, that's hard to figure.
The only way the Kings, I think, can lose this game is if they start becoming selfish again, where they start playing iso ball. As you said, the ball really was moving around, and they had 15 assists and 6 turnovers. So if you can end up with 30 assists and 12 turnovers, that's a hell of a nice production. So to me, I think that's one of the keys here in the second half. Just don't revert back to iso ball.
Yeah, and you don't have to. I mean, Detroit really, you can see they really don't want to guard you. So, if you'll just move the ball, move your bodies, you're going to get really good shots. Now, whether you knock them down or not, but obviously if you get really good, easy shots, which we've seen that first half. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Kings don't score 130 plus overall this game, maybe get up to 140 because the Pistons, especially if they'll jump on them here in the third quarter, they could really have a nice cruising game.
We talk about scheduling. The one thing I've never understood is having a team like Detroit be on the road over Christmas, not playing Christmas Day, but having a road trip. In all the years that we worked together, in all the years that you coached, we were never on the road for Christmas unless we had a game against the Lakers on Christmas Day. Some nights we would leave on Christmas night because we would have a game on the road on the 26th. It just blows me away when I see scheduling like this. It really does.
Yeah, really, and it's obviously tough on their play, especially with not playing on Christmas Day, and
Exactly.
you're on the road, and you've got another day off before you play. So it's yeah, as you say, I don't recall anything like that in all my years. Like you say, remember a lot of days where we Christmas Day late, take off 6 or 7 o'clock to fly somewhere for the next
Yep.
day.
Especially being in downtown Sacramento on a day off on Christmas. That's a punishment. That's all I can say.
Not a lot of activity. Not a lot of activity.
Oh my gosh. A couple of people mentioning that Fox looks like he doesn't even want to play. I didn't really get that impression that he didn't look like he didn't want to play, but he doesn't look like himself. I will say that.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't able to kind of get to his spots, I thought,
Yeah.
which credit to Detroit. And to his credit, he was kicking the ball out pretty good. And then he did have some easy shots that he missed. Does this, this wasn't a typical Fox half, but I don't think you want to make too much of it because De'Aaron's capable of getting 20 in the second half. And so I wouldn't want to prejudge what kind of game he's going to have in a half.
Well, here's the deal. It's a very good sign when De'Aaron Fox can have a half the way he just did, and you can still put 68 points on the board.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I mean, couldn't say that he really forced any action. He's trying to get to spots they took away from him some, but overall, the ball's moving nice, and guys are making shots, and that's a wonderful thing. I mean, they're getting good shots and making them, as we know for so many games this year. They got good shots and didn't make them.
Because no Sabonis, Coach Brown had to change the lineup, and he started Alex Len. I thought Alex played very well.
I did too. Alex. One thing about Alex Len, he stays in his lane. He knows exactly what he's good at, what he can do, what he can't do. Doesn't try to do things that he can't do. And so, yeah, I'm ready for a second half of some Len sanity.
What you just said, you coach players like that, and that's such a luxury to have as a coach, where the guy's not your main guy, but if you need him, you don't really have to worry that he's going to screw things up. And that's Alex Len.
Yeah, that's how guys stay in the league. A very smart player. Obviously Alex will probably play 12, 13 years in the league, primarily, because he understands that, I'm not a 30, 35-minute guy, but I can do a few things and help teams. And great attitude, always ready to play, whether it's 5 minutes or 20 minutes. And so, those kind of guys, every team wants to have a couple of those guys on their roster.
Cody says no George Blaha on the Pistons broadcast tonight. He only does the home games now, from what I understand, the legendary voice, the TV announcer for the Pistons, who we know very well. But George, I believe, doesn't travel anymore, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, George is up there. He's probably older than I am. So, that traveling gets pretty rough.
You actually said it wrong. You're younger than he is.
Yeah, I did. I should have. Yeah, way younger, probably 2 or 3 years. Yeah.
Right. It's not that he's older than you. You're younger than he is. Okay. Let's make sure that we understand.
Let's go. That's a good one, Grant. Let's go with that.
It's the holidays. I want to be nice to you, Jerry. You understand? It's the holiday season. It's a season of giving. You have to care about people a little bit more than maybe you would ordinarily, Jerry.
So that means you'll be nice to me yet on Saturday, then. Is that what
That's correct?
Okay, good.
Yes,
good.
I will. Yes, I will. All right. So I gave you, I think, assist to turnover ratio. What else do you look at in this second half for the Kings? What do you think they just need to keep doing?
Well, I think the bench play will be very important. I don't know that they have to dominate it, but get good production from your bench. You said assist turnover ratio, and probably at least be equal on the boards, and you'll get a nice win.
All right. Memphis won earlier. Houston won. Boy, I'll tell you, the Houston Rockets, they're not going away, are they?
No, they're not. And, I saw where Jalen Green had 30 points in about
Yep.
25 minutes. And how about Memphis with Zach Edey going for 20 points and 13 rebounds in like 25 minutes? That they're for real too. I think those are the two teams that have kind of shocked people in the West.
They are, without a question, there. And I think a lot of people thought Memphis could be that team based on their talent and what they've done in the past with John Morant and with Smart coming back and all of that. But Houston, I thought they'd be a lot better. I didn't think they'd be this good, Jerry. I did not think they would be this good this fast.
No, I didn't either. I know we talked about a lot. I mean, the second half of last year, Houston was really good. I mean, they were well above 500 second half of the year. So we knew they'd be a contender or a playoff spot or maybe play in playoff type thing. But yeah, to be where they are, and I don't think they're going away, Grant.
Nope.
I think they're legit.
They're 21-9. And here's the other key. We always talk about home records. They're 11-3 at home. So they take care of their home court like good teams are supposed to do.
Yeah, and also it tells you too they've played more road games than they have home games, which
That's correct.
also,
Yep.
which
Yep.
That's a great sign for them. So yeah, Ime Udoka would be my candidate for Coach of the Year in the West. I think certainly.
I agree.
Got to go with Kenny Atkinson in the East. I think maybe overall because who saw Cleveland as the best record in the league too.
And the Rockets' point differential is almost 7. It's at 6-9, which is excellent. All right, Jerry, we will talk to you on Saturday. Enjoy the second half. Appreciate it.
Will, guys, and yeah, gee whiz, we just need to win, don't we? But be nice to have a comfortable, pleasurable, easy win, light the beam, move on. So you and Ryan get the job done tonight.
We will. And we expect to have you here, folks, on the post-game show. We invite your phone calls. That's coming up right after the game. Talk to you.